Hello and welcome to another episode of Coffeefusion. This week we're going to look at my week drinking decaf. Yes, that's right guys. So for the last week, for myself and for kind of taking one for the team, I decided to have a week of drinking decaf only for a couple of reasons. First of all, I couldn't really remember the last time I took a day without drinking coffee. And for that fact, I usually have sort of 2 or 3 double shot coffees a day, as well as any cupping or things like that I need to do for the roastery. And so quite frankly, I was feeling like I was up to here in coffee. I used to feel a little bit jittery and that kind of thing. So I thought that I'd take a little bit of a break and kind of document the effects of having a week of decaf on myself. So I bought a bag of decaf beans, and on the first day, I wasn't really sure that I was doing it at the time, so I kind of dialed in at my barista shift, had a couple of sips of espresso, and on the 6th day, I also did some quality assurance, taking a couple of sips of espresso. But aside from that, the whole week I was decaf only. I'm not gonna lie, the first few days were pretty struggle town. On the second day and third day in particular, I had a headache on the second day, had to take a bit of a nap, and on the third day I had a serious migraine, and I just took a couple of Panadol and went to sleep. But after that, I did actually legitimately feel better for my week off coffee. The last sort of days 4, 5, 6, and 7, I actually felt really fresh. I was actually feeling like I didn't have the highs and the lows. It was actually just feeling good. So it is a bit of a worry, and the first thing I learned is that I'm going to be a little bit more conscious about how much caffeine I'm drinking a day. Try to keep it to 1 or 2 double shot coffees, and if I perhaps have a big cupping, I'll just keep it to 1 in the morning. But don't worry guys, I'm definitely not going to shut down the roastery. This is still my career of choice, and I'm still loving a good cup of coffee. Actually, I thought it was interesting to kind of dial in the decaf and see what I could do to get the most out of it. For example, the decaf that I was using, I found that if I pulled a tighter shot, I got something that was actually quite good. It kind of tasted like coffee did a few years ago. Not specialty in terms of brightness and acidity and that kind of thing, but a good drinkable milk coffee. And that's probably the other thing that's really interesting. Like now personally, I want to find a really good decaf that I can sell and say is like a specialty decaf that's really interesting and intricate to taste. So it won't happen sort of straight away, but when the roastery gets a little bit bigger, I'm going to look for something that's a killer decaf. So specialty coffee people can drink a decaf in the afternoon and not be like, ugh, it's decaf. That is actually the other thing I wanted to bring up, because I took the week off for kind of health reasons, get a bit of a break from it. But I know that a lot of people drink decaf because they have to. And as you guys would know, in the industry, there is definitely a, that's decaf kind of thing going on amongst baristas. And I think that you should try and make the coffee just as good as any other coffee that you're trying to make. Certainly I found that you could play around with the parameters and the ratios of the coffee and get it tasting pretty good. So I think that you guys as an experiment should all kind of play through your decaf that you're using at work and see what you can do to bring out the best in that coffee. And to that end guys, I'd just actually be really interested to hear what your decaf situation is at work. Are you still using pre-ground decaf? Do you not sell decaf at all? Do you have freshly roasted decaf that you perhaps put through like an EK or something like that, so you're actually doing the coffee some more justice? Tell me your situation with your decaf at your cafe in the comments below. I'm actually really interested to hear what the comments are like in this one, because I know there's going to be a couple of you that are just like, nah, it's decaf, it's not coffee. There's going to be a couple of people that are going to smash that dislike button before they even watch the video. But I think as an industry, we always do our best when we have a good conversation about something. And I know when I took the week of drinking soy, that was really interesting and sparked a good conversation. And so hopefully we can have the same thing with this decaf week. Anyway guys, if you enjoyed this video and it made you perhaps think about how you're making coffee at the cafe, give it a like, try and negate those dislikes from those decaf haters that are going to come along. And if this is your first Coffeefusion video, what this is all about, we're a community that talk about different aspects of the coffee industry. I also have a roastery as well where I roast specialty coffee. So you can check out the website coffeefusion.com.au, grab yourself some beans if your hopper's a little bit empty and you live within Australia. Otherwise, just join in the conversation, watch a couple of other videos. There's lots going on. I do 2 new videos every week. And if you haven't already, click that subscribe button so you can see the new videos as they come out. You can also check out @TheCoffeefusion on Instagram or @Coffeefusion on Snapchat for behind the scenes when I'm kind of creating my videos. Thanks guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. Next week I'm going to do a latte art tutorial because I know that I haven't done one in a while. So if you have an idea for a latte art tutorial that you would like to see, put it in the comments below and I'll get onto it. Thanks guys, see you next week. Ooh, it's decaf. That's gonna stay in for sure.